So pretty. Hi everybody, I'm Michael. Super excited because we're at Galloway Farm Nursery to look at some plants. So, you ready to dig in? Let's grow. Galloway Farms Nursery is set up with a sun area here. Beautiful. Large nursery. And behind that blue canopy is the checkout and the shade house where you can get a lot of really cool shade plants for your garden. And beyond that is their butterfly area, and we'll go show you that in a second. But let's go look at the full sun garden plants. Stuff for your South Florida garden. Woo! Look at this firebush, cool. There's a non-native and a native version of this butterfly attracting plant, super drought tolerant. This is firecracker, really cool plant. Also another pollinator attractor. Really cool wispy leaves. This can get a little ratty sometimes with the firecracker. You need to trim it back, but it's really cool plant. And over here, yeah, look. Here's a firecracker, a mature one. Look at that. Look at all the, but you can see, this is the part I'm talking about. Sometimes this gets all dead and you got to cut that out. Beautiful plant. Down here, they have this wonderful Green Island ficus. Green Island ficus is almost indestructible, very hard to kill. It can grow in sun, part shade, or shade. Love this plant. And over here is Tipicina. I love this plant. Grows as like a small tree, or you can keep it as a shrub. Really cool flowers. Just look at those flowers. Just so pretty. Beautiful. What a beautiful plant. Look at the buds. So pretty. And here we have the Mexican petunia. Grows quite tall. Can get to about 3 feet. Easy. And plumbago. This is a really tough drought tolerant plant. Can get a little leggy sometimes, but has these beautiful blue flowers. Similar to Blue Days, blew my mind. But this I think is the imperial blue variety of the plumbago. Nice bushy hedge. Really cool plant. Another plant that's super tough and just hard to kill. This is a really tough plant called Trinette, Schefflera Trinette. Great plant. Can do well in sun or shade, part shade. Leaves are really strong, dynamic leaves, beautiful plant. Another one that I love, we have this at our Fort Lauderdale home. I love this plant. This is the wonderful Thryallis. Look at those yellow flowers, super pretty. One thing you got to be careful about this plant is that these are a little brittle and they can snap off in a big wind, or if a branch falls out of a tree. You have to be careful of that about this. But look at that, so pretty. These flowers, so beautiful. And they have a whole bunch more stuff. Let's go check this out. You've got Pentas, ooh la la. We've done butterfly garden video on that, so you can check out on our channel. These are really cool plants for attracting butterflies. And then we have the lantana here, which has a really cool, I don't know, woodsy smell to the leaves. Yeah, it's real interesting. You got to be careful with the lantanas because some of them can be considered invasive. There's some that have been created that are sterile, and those are really cool. We've done a video on that. These are really cool plants for your garden. They have these, whole range of colors. The native Invocrata has a white or purple flower color. But this is lantana. Over here, this is the Blue Days I was telling you about. Very similar, Let's grab this one. This is a great tough plant for full sun, but look at, it's got that beautiful blue flower. It's similar to the plumbago, but a little bit darker. You can see the two. You don't get a lot of plants that have blue. So this is a really cool plant, tough plant too. There's a variety. We did a video you can also check on annuals that are, or perennials that you can use from flowering beasts. And this one's a tough one. The Blue Day is really pretty. It'll cascade. Doesn't get that tall. Tends to cascade over. a rock wall, or if you have them in a raised planter. And here we have the Gold Mound Duranta. This we've used a lot in our Miami Shores home, but it can get leggy over time. It tends to get leggy down here as it grows up. And this can get up to like 3 or 4 feet easy. But you gotta be careful with that. This little charmer, Society Garlic. Look at her, so pretty. But strong garlic smell. Really tough plant though, you can't kill this one. Beautiful. Here we have some 1-gallon Jatropha. Beautiful, tough plant. Oh, here we have sedum. This is really cool. Did a video with my sister. This is a cool low ground cover. Look at that lemon lime color. Beautiful plant. So pretty. And the sweet potato vine, this is great for a hanging basket. You can hang, it just will cascade. And look at the two types, the purple and the lime green. I mean, look at that, the sedum too. It's so pretty. Such a cool vine. Tough plants. Look at the flower. Woo woo! Beautiful. Hello. Flax lily, cool. Kind of looks like variegated liripe. If it gets taller, we'll get up to about 3 feet. This is really cool, striking plant. After it's done flowering, which are very pretty, these stalks tend to stay there and they can kind of look a little ratty, and it's best probably to cut them off, but pretty, right? So pretty. And this is a cast iron plant, another cast iron plant. This is foxtail fern, similar to the asparagus fern. This is upright growing, very, very sculptural, very cool. Tough plant. Good for a hanging basket. You can also use this as a ground cover. Beautiful plant. Dutchman's pipe. This is a great butterfly attractor. Here's the bleeding heart vine. Beautiful vine. Miami Shores home, we had some of these in containers. Beautiful. Look at the color. This is a really cool vine. Here we have the Stephanotis. Very pretty. And in here is some more shade plants. Here, look at all the liriopes. You got your evergreen giant here, variegated, really cool. But yeah, forms a really cool ground cover. The evergreen giant will do best in full sun or part sun. Shade, they'll do okay. They're very adaptable, and we're under shade here. The variegated, I've always liked them a little bit more in part sun than full sun. This is just fertilizer. This is just water from their sprinklers that's causing this little rust color here. But the plant, this is a good one to show you. And we have macho fern here, super tough. This can actually go in sun. I like it in part sun, but this is such a cool plant. Great plant for the garden. Look at that beast. She's a beast. She is a beast. Oh, begonias, these white begonias. These angels get pretty big. These can get up to like 3.5 feet, but does well definitely in part sun or shade. But look at the color. Such a pretty plant. Ooh! So pretty. Beautiful to put them in pots or in the ground to bring a little bit of color. And in the shade, you get this flower. This white will really pop out in the shade. So pretty. Sorry about all the noise. Over here, you can see the Congo. Look at that. These like part shade. You can put them in full sun, but they'll get a little dull looking. Just real striking, right? New leaf colors will come out like this. This beautiful color. Look at that coppery red. Oh, so pretty. Gets to about 3.5 feet tall by about 30 inches wide. So these will get a little bit bigger, but these are really cool medium-sized accents for your garden. So pretty. Love the plants here at Galloway. want to take a moment here to say, if you're enjoying what you're watching, please just hit that like button for us. Here we have the chenille plant. This is the dwarf version. So pretty. Look at this little dwarf chenille. Cute. And here we have some pentas mixed in with some firebush. Up against their shade house with some lantana. Some more pentas, more butterfly bush. Wow, look at that, right? Butterfly bush is a cool butterfly plant. You can trim it down to a certain size. I have this growing in the ground here, but look at those flowers. So pretty. Beautiful. Oh, here's a pollinator attractor. Hello, honeybee. Love this plant. It's the orange bird of paradise. Has this nice red streak. These are what is 15 gallon. These will probably double in size. This is getting kind of mature size, but they'll get much fuller. And they have this beautiful, actually our logo for our channel when we start, there's a bird of paradise flower in the background. Such a beautiful, exotic look. The flower from this plant is used in arrangements for weddings, and a lot of florist shops use that flower for their floral arrangements. Beautiful. We have the saw palmetto, Florida native, super tough. Doesn't grow very tall. It can get up to about 6 feet, but each plant will, has all these clumping trunks, and so this one here will triple its size, each one. That's really, really cool Florida native. It goes great when you plant it with pine trees because they grow together in that kind of ecosystem. So nice. This here is perennial peanut. Tough, grows very low like this. Beautiful buttercup yellow flower, but they can get a little yellowish over time. This plant gets a little finicky in the soil, but they're usually pretty tough, and they form a dense carpet, almost like grass. If you look here, you can see they're all kind of knitting together. It does not grow tall, so this is like a very low ground cover. And over here, I see the creeping fig. This is a really cool plant. Oh, next to the Asiaticum jasmine. This is a great ground cover. This can be a ground cover. This one's to grow up stuff. This goes great on a concrete wall. I see a lot of homes, Coral Gables and Palm Beach will have this plant. This will attach itself to the stucco home and grow up the side. But it can form a ground cover, but it wants to kind of climb up stuff. This Asiaticum will want to do that too, but not so much as like the Confederate, the bigger cousin to this plant. This has beautiful little white flowers, and this can stay low, real pretty. There's also a tricolor version of this, real pretty. Oh, this is great. This is artillery fern. Walked right past it. This is a really, really cool plant. You can just break these stems off and put them in the ground. They can get this color over time, but they're this beautiful, beautiful low ground cover, get to about 18 inches tall at the max, 15 to 18 inches. But it's such a cool plant. Yeah. Can break, but if this breaks off and it touches the ground, it's going to root. These things are very easy to propagate this. Oh, and the crown of thorns, super tough. Wants well-drained soil. It's a succulent, and it has thorns in there. You can see, so you got to be careful. It just flowers all the time. Look at the colors too. So pretty. It's Texas sage, beautiful. Look at all those flowers. So pretty. Dusty gray. This here is night blooming jasmine. The flowers come out in the evening, ergo the name. Gets a little bit taller than this. It does get, insects do like to eat the leaves, but boy, this is has a powerful scent when she's flowering. You only need like one or two in your yard. Put it in like the southeast corner where the breezes come through in the summertime and spring, and it's just really cool. It has a kind of like a strong gardenia smell, but it's amazing. You can smell it when you get out of your car, and it can be 40 feet away and you can smell this thing flowering. It's an incredible flower, but you do got to be careful of pests. Oh, I love this plant. This is the fire copperleaf here. Look at that, isn't it cool? It does kind of look like burnt pot leaves, but really cool plant. This is the standard copperleaf here, and over here is the honey. These are really tough plants. These will get quite tall. Here's one here, fell over. Pop this one back up. And these get very big. Each one can get easily up to 6-7 feet. The copperleaf forms a great hedge, but you can contrast it with the copperleaf over there. But it's funny they call it copperleaf, but because it doesn't have any copper color, because this is the standard that was available many years ago. But they've hybridized and came up with so many others that are beautiful. But look at this one here. The honey is so pretty. Sunset is another one. So pretty. This is the boxwood, really cool. Doesn't get that tall, it's a good plant, border plant. Did a home in Hollywood with that plant. You need to trim it, or you can let it grow like this too, which gives this little nice moundy look to it. And over here is the Fakahatchee grass. It's a Florida native, wonderful plant. You do need to trim it down after a few years. It'll get a little bit taller than this. Some people will like to cut it halfway to encourage new growth to flush out over time. And to the right, the white fountain grass in bloom. Beautiful bloom, very soft. And then we have the red fountain grass in bloom. And these guys tend to bloom in the fall and winter. Fakahatchee no, but the fountain grasses do. Right, really pretty. Here they have some wild coffee. Bees love this plant. Oh, it's a great pollinator attractor. Beautiful, beautiful. Florida native. Here they have some Japanese blueberry. Cool, not a native, but more upright, kind of like the mass tree. Cool plant. Cool small tree. Some traveler's palm, just a solo travelers here. This will happen over time, but these are really sculptural, very similar to the orange bird of paradise and the white bird of paradise. Here is the sun bromeliad, gets very large, has these little sharp edges, so you got to be careful of that. Do hold water, so that means you may get some mosquitoes, so you got to be aware of that if you use them. And then there's some other bromeliads down below the fountain here. Oh, that's so pretty, that color. Love that cobalt blue in that fountain. Right behind the fountain over there is a white bird of paradise. And the variegated triangle fig. We have an interior plant. This will also do well outside. Isn't that beautiful? So pretty. Begonias, beautiful. Red and white. Look at all these fountains. Aren't they beautiful? Ooh la la. Oh, I love fountains. Oh, look at the little birdies. That's so cute. And now, I'm gonna go take a look-see at some of the other wonderful things here they have at Galloway. Now we're in the shade house. Here we are coming upon some yellow ground orchids. Those are great. They can do well in sun or partial shade. You know, partial shade, they'll flower a little bit less. They can actually grow in full sun. The leaf tips may get a little burn, but you get partial shade, they're going to do really, really well. This is wart fern, great for shade. Does kind of climb up some stuff if you have like a tree or something, but it can be used as a ground cover. We did this in our Miami Shores home, and they call it wart fern because behind here, sorry, I got my camera gear in the way. You can see all the spores. That's where it gets its name, warts, wart fern. Isn't that cool looking? Real tough fern for shady areas, as is the ZZ plant. Got to be careful not to get too much water on them if you put them in your yard, because they can rot out. They like to be a little dried out, but very striking form, texture to their leaves. Really, really cool plant. Super tough. Great as an interior plant too. We have this one and the ZZ Raven in our home. Does great as a house plant. Over here we have some anthuriums. These are great for shady location in your yard. Watch for spider mites. They do tend to attack this plant, but it has a host of different colors available to it. This is actually the flower, and these are just the modified leaves to the flower. We have white, pink, red, mostly red here. And you actually, believe it or not, you can use pothos as a ground cover in the shade here in South Florida. They're super tough. They will climb up trees, and I think I did a video on the plant as a house plant. There's many different varieties. There's just the golden pothos here. This here is Marble Queen. This one's a very robust grower, like this one, the golden. But they do form great ground covers here in South Florida, actually. And the ponytail palm. I love the ponytail palm. Super tough houseplant as well as an accent plant. If you want to put them in a pot, you can go full sun outside with you or in the shade. Will do well. It's very slow growing. It gets this wonderful bulbous base to the plant. I don't recommend the ivies. They tend to get a lot of pests. Spider mites will attack them. So as cool as they are, I think they're more for northern Florida than down here in South Florida. But the lady palm, love her. Super, super cool. This and the Liquala grandis and the Liquala spinosa are great plants to have in the shade in your garden. They do not grow fast, but they create this wonderful texture. It will have a similar look to the Liquala spinosa, but their leaves, they have this little fan-shaped look to them. But the spinosa doesn't get as bushy with these having many stalks coming out, stems come out of the ground. They grow in these clusters. They're great accents, do well in a container as well. Here are some calatheas. These are beautiful. Some maidenhair fern does great in the shade. You may have seen that at Fairchild when I did that walking video. Maidenhair fern, wonderful. And they have some bird nests. This is great as a ground cover in your yard. It's a little lighter green color. This is ZZ Raven with the new growth, which almost looks like the regular ZZ here. But this is how the new growth comes out, and then it turns color over time. Isn't that cool? It's just this really dark burgundy color. This is how they grow. These you can grow outside, but I like them better as a houseplant. And they have the compacta here, the Dracaena compacta, which is cool. These are tough plants. All these are really tough plants. Look at these beautiful Dracaenas they have. They have the tricolor here. Beautiful, right? Very striking plant. Can grow actually in sun, but I like it in part sun. And these can get very, very tall, and they have these long stems that grow up. And over here is a beautiful lemon lime Dracaena. Beautiful plant, tough. Limelight Dracaena, so pretty. This is the yucca cane plant, yucca elephantippes. Really cool, can go in sun, but very sculptural, similar to the mass cane, which not many people use, but they have like these big thick trunks that they grow. You cut them off here and they'll grow new leaves. They form this very tall sculptural type plant. Spathiphyllum. Beautiful white flowers, right? Look at that. But outside, you got to be careful because they do get chewed up by snails and slugs and the like. So you got to be You got to be aware of that. But so pretty when they flower. These are great as houseplants too. They're great at taking out VOCs in your home, volatile organic compounds. Look what we got, fiddle leaf. Beautiful. Whoa, look at that big fiddle leaf. So here's fiddle leaf. So this is what a baby looks like, and this is what a big boy looks like. Look at them. So pretty. Bunch of them back there. It's a great interior plant. You can also grow this in full sun outside. Really, really cool leaves. Super adaptable. Super adaptable. It's a tree. It's fiddle leaf fig tree. Real pretty. Oh, here's the yucca elephant tippies. You can see a little bit more out here growing. How sculptural it looks. And over here, one of my faves, Song of India. Super tough. Sun or shade. Doesn't grow that fast. Really tough plant. Beyond that is the Areca palm. Here's the macho fern, but Areca palm back there. Really, really cool. Great plant. A lot of people use these in developments to screen a right-of-way or something, or a neighbor's view. But in the sun, they'll get more of an orange color. So it's better. I like these planted underneath taller trees because they'll keep this light green color. And then we have some beautiful crotons. Look at them. Corkscrew here. Gold dust. So pretty. Magnificent. Isn't she magnificent? And then back here, I see some ginger. There's some ginger here. Look at these flowers, right? Beautiful. So this is ginger. Wants to grow in shade. Very big, right? This could easily 4 feet by 4 feet. This is beautiful flowers. Look at those flowers, right? Here we have the philodendron xanadu. It's kind of got the sawtooth look to it. And the siloam is the other one in the back there. Those get very large. And over here, we have the burley marks philodendron. This does real well in the shade. Gets very, very thick with leaves. So it forms a nice thick bed. See all the stems pushing through with the leaves. And then we have Costa speciosa, spiral ginger, variegated spiral ginger here. Isn't that cool? Almost has like a similar feel to the Song of India. And we have the yellow walking iris in flower. Hello. These are tough. These are very tough. And this is the blue flag iris. Doesn't flower as much as the yellow walking, but you can kind of see this bluish gray color to this plant. But it's a great accent plant or ground with big ground cover if you want. But the yellow iris is so pretty. Yeah, just these nice blades. Look at that. Beautiful plant. And over here and in the background is the Swiss cheese plant that I absolutely love. This is a great medium to medium large shrub in the landscape. You can get part sun. If it gets too much sun, it'll get that little burnt look over there. And part sun is going to stay green like this and look really nice, but these will get up to like 4 or 5 feet over time. Here we are in their butterfly section. Lots of lantana here. Some beautiful pentas. Red fire spike. This big butterfly attractor gets big like the blue butterfly bush. And the Florida native, the porterweed, the blue porterweed. This really is, butterflies love this plant. Really tough plant. Look at that. Look at that color. So pretty. Here's beautyberry. Gets a beautiful, beautiful berry. Florida native, wildlife attractor. Beautiful. It's edible. Here's the giant milkweed. This is really cool. Monarch loves that. Oh, there's a bloom. Look at her. Beautiful. More blooms coming out here. Ladybug. Hey, ladybug. Doing her thing. Thank you. Oh, some more. Look at them. But this is great for monarchs because they use this as a host plant. They use that in the Florida native. They also use the tropical milkweed as a host plant, but there's some issues with them. They're saying that the tropical milkweed creates something that doesn't agree with their stomach very well, and the butterflies don't do as well leaving their larvae on the plant here. But milkweed does tend to get aphids a lot. It's probably why we're seeing the ladybugs, but I don't see any aphids right now. But that's one thing you need to be aware of with milkweed. This giant milkweed's so pretty, right? This dusty, it's got this dusty gray color to her leaves. Oh, and shrimp plant. These are tough plants. We've had these in our yards a few times. Look at that, right? Beautiful shrimp plants, really cool. Look at those. Look at those flowers. So pretty. Oh, here's the yellow shrimp plant. Got one lonely yellow here for sale. Yeah, look at the reds going crazy, right? Beautiful. Ooh, so pretty. And over here, it's a little cute area that I love. This is their koi pond. Look at this Dracaena. Beautiful. See how long the legs get on these guys? Some more bromeliads growing up. Mondo. Look at those koi. Aren't they? They're huge. Monsters. So pretty. They actually do design services like I do for your garden, so you can always check out and let the folks here know if you want them to help you. Wow, so pretty. Oh, magnificent. Bye, guys. We want to thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for bearing with us because it's been very windy outside. And if you have any thoughts or questions, just leave them in the comment section below. We'll make sure we get back to you. There's also lots of other videos we've done on our channel about gardening here in South Florida, so you can always check out those videos as well. And until the next video, bye. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And tell your friends and family. We post videos weekly. Thanks.